So check this out. When Jesus was on the earth, he wanted everyone to know about God's love. He often used stories to help them understand, called parables. And in Luke chapter 15 was one of my favorite parables that he ever told. It involves this man who was really wealthy and he had 2 sons. So one day, one of his sons comes up to him and asks for his share of all the property that he would one day get. The only problem was, he wanted it now. He wanted it right now. So the father agreed. There was only one problem. He wasn't really smart with his money. Before you knew it, he spent it all. He had nothing. So at first he thought, you know what? I'll just go home. But then he quickly changed his mind because he thought his dad was gonna be mad that he blew all his money. So then he tried to find a job. And the only job he could find was feeding pigs. They're smelly, stinky pigs. At one point, things were so bad, he found himself hungry for the food that the pigs were actually eating. Like slop, pig food. So he finally makes up his mind, I'm gonna go home, but I'm not gonna ask my dad for anything but to just be a servant. That's right, I'm gonna work for him. So he's making his way home and he's thinking of things he can say to his dad to try to help the situation out. And before he knows it, he looks up, he's not even home yet, but there's this huge cloud of dust that's heading towards him. And the son starts to freak out because he knows, man, that's my dad. He's gonna be angry. He's gonna body slam me. Something terrible is gonna happen. This is it. And so he starts to turn to run away when all of a sudden out of nowhere, these huge arms tackle him. And his father's not angry. His father wasn't upset at all. In fact, he even threw a huge party because his lost son had now returned. And that's what Jesus wanted people to see. That's what God's love is like. He's never angry at us or upset, but we can always come to him, even when we mess up, even when we disobey our parents, or even when we do something wrong. God's always like this. Open arms, ready for us to come to him. Maybe you already knew that's what God's love is like. Maybe there's somebody who doesn't know about God's love. Who can you tell? Remember, God's love never changes.